Oh, you have 3 lurkers. 4. So we've got Adam, how you doing, pal? Jim, how you doing, mate? Hi, Claire. Simon, Hannah, Daryl, Glenda, Paul, Anne, how you doing? Hi, Caroline. Hi, Paul. How are you doing, Jim? You okay? Hope you are well today. John, how you doing, mate? Welcome along. Wow, that's a quick fire. 7. Oh, somebody's left. Spoke too soon. Jamie, how you doing? All right, Kevin. Oh, 5. People mustn't like my wallpaper. Oh, back up to 7. Everybody here? Yeah. So, I've not really got a format set out for tonight for this stream. Hey up, I've got some more. Bear with. Hi Caroline. Hi Glenda. Hi Katie. Jim. Glenda. Hi. Yeah. Thanks, Glenda. Hi Rachel. And Rachel. Oh, should I say Daisy? Joey, how you doing, son? Stuart, Fitz. Good evening to you all. Julie. Yeah, so I've not got really a format for tonight. I just thought I wasn't going to come on tonight. I had a bit shitty day, to be honest. The day started off like any other, you know, get up, read my book, have a fag, have a brew, looking forward to the day, looking forward to the battle. But then, you know, as the day goes on, you know, things happen in life, you know, through work or personal life or anything, and it affects us. It affects us massively. I'll give you, for instance, of my today. So, waiting for materials to be delivered, and you know, people say I'm the type of person where I try my hardest never to be late. You know, always be where I say I'm gonna be on time if I can. I always try and do what I say. Just try and be honest, not let anybody down. But then when you're sort of reliant on others as well to do what you've said you're gonna do, it's like a chain buying a house. You know, somebody pulls out and it all goes tits up. Excuse the French. Hi Richard. Hi Carl. Hi Graham. Angela. How you doing? Yeah. So, and I shouldn't let when something's beyond my control, I shouldn't let it bother me. But then we're all, if we're working for somebody, or we're all answerable to somebody, if you like. So it's like, you know, you've got to explain why, and it sometimes it pisses me off, and then of course then I dwell on things, and then so I just need to take time out and reset, if you like. Yeah, today's been hard because anybody sort of self-employed, they know you're under a lot of pressure constantly, and when you're not in the best of minds to start off with, or it can affect you a lot. And you know, you got messages coming here, messages going there, and you can't get answers to the questions that you're asking. It's difficult, not just in work. In you know, I've since the last stream, I've been asked a lot of questions, and I've had a few conversations with people on the phone, and I think I think I'm great compared to what the problems some people are experiencing, you know, and it's, I don't know, I don't know if I'm finding it difficult or hard to digest, or if maybe I'm not in the right mindset yet to take on what I'm doing. I don't know. I'm certainly enjoying this, you know. Done. This is the third stream, and you know we've done 4 hours on 2 streams already, and the conversation's been great. And you know all the comments that we've got from people, and you know all the questions. I've had questions sent to me via text message and messenger about questions that people on the streams have asked me, and which is great. It's getting people talking, and it's getting people interacting. And sorry, shit, I keep forgetting to scroll down. Hi, Michael. Hi, Joe. Hi, Glenn. Scott, Christopher, Mr. Lang. How you doing? Bert, how you doing, son? Owen, Stuart, Mr. Monday, Mrs. Carter. Hello, Suzanne Johnson. Hey, Michael. How you doing, bud? How's north of the border? Hi, Emma. Hi, Karen. Mr. Monday. Oh, thanks, Darren. Yeah, thanks for that text message earlier. Yeah, it helped, should we say. Alison, hello, welcome. Gareth, how are you doing? How's the holiday? Steve, Helen, Colin, Gaz, and Fleur. Fleur, how you doing? Long time no speak. Yeah, so as I say, I wasn't going to come on, and I don't know. I don't know. I think today I'll just write off and put it down as one of them days. But like this morning started off as any other morning, fantastic. Sat outside with a brew, had a fag, read my book, and yeah, you know, completely set my mind for the day. And it's, I think today's been a sort of a reminder that how actual fragile I may be in terms of my own mental stability, if you like. I don't know. I'd like to think I'm mentally strong, and I'd like to think that I've got my routine set. I've got the capability, if you like, the tools to understand and realize the triggers. And I think today and these last couple of days, really thinking about it, it's probably been something I've not experienced in nearly 4 years of being sober and since coming out of rehab and stuff. So I don't know, perhaps it's a bit of a reality check, and one that that's probably due. But like this now, sat here with you guys, you know, I can feel, I feel better within myself. But I don't know, it's been a strange one. And like I said a moment ago, I can't control any of it. So why the fuck should I worry about it? But you do. If you care, you do. Who else has joined? Sorry, I'm just trying to welcome everyone. Who do we? Oh, Fleur, you were the latest, weren't you? And as how you doing, son? Paul, Darren, Colin, welcome. Maz, how you doing, love? Heather, hello. Jacko, Jacko, happy birthday to you today, I believe it was. Hope you're having a great day. Andy Moore, how you doing? Elliot? Oh, sorry, no, was it Jacko you yesterday? It's Jamie's birthday today, isn't it? Sally, how you doing? Leah, Elliot? Yeah, so, oh, sorry, Jacko, it's your post I'm thinking of earlier on, sorry. So yeah, as I say, it's been a funny day, and it's been a bit of an eye-opener. For those who have just come, I've got no sort of real structure in place for tonight. I'm just talking and probably talking bullshit, but just telling you how my day's gone, and it's been a bit of a struggle. But hey ho, shit happens, and you know it's. I know how to reset my mind, and I know how, and when, more importantly, how and when. But yeah, some things today have sort of blindsided me a bit, and I've not been in a position. Life has not allowed me to be in a physical position where I can reset myself. It's like now. Oh, I forgot to say, everyone, welcome to my boudoir. You're all sat in my bedroom. This could be fun, couldn't it? But yeah, I mean, this is. I'm sat in my bedroom because I've got family are coming in and out and things like that, and I really wanted to try and concentrate on you guys and get my point across without being interrupted. But yeah, so this my bedroom is my safe place, if you like, and it's what I was taught by some very kind people, that the way to think of the bedroom, and not in the way some of you are thinking, but yeah, this is my safe place, and this is where I come to reset and refocus. And you know, when you're not able to do that, and today's been the first time in, as I say, nearly 4 years that I've been blindsided, caught out, if you like, and I sort of had a little panic because I wasn't close to my house, I wasn't 2 minutes away, and I was lost, really. I didn't know what to do, but you know, it's difficult, but you just have to keep calm and just remember what you've been taught. And the worst thing is for me, I don't know any of you guys, is like once you dwell on something, once something's in your head and you keep thinking about it, you're constantly thinking about it, it's like it's there and you can't get it away, and it eats away at you. You know, if only some I'm talking something so trivia now, and you have to get it out of your head as soon as possible and start. Me personally, start thinking of my mental exercises, if you like, that I've been taught, what to do. But yeah, it's been a tough one, and then you know, but like I say, I can't control everything, and you could say that's a frightening thing because you're not in control. You can't say I shouldn't be sat here now. Right, if okay, let me start again. If I was normal, you know, like the hated inverted commas, if I was normal, right, would I let something so trivial affect me? I don't know, because what's normal? I don't know. Yeah, don't know, but it's, you know, it's like I say, it's an eye opener that some things we can't control, right? And I had a conversation earlier. It was a Facebook conversation with a friend who's just had ACL surgery, and you know it's not worked. He's got to have surgery again, and he's really down. And you know, really, I can imagine, because ACL injuries are, touch wood, laminated wood count. I'm not sure. You know, touch wood. I've never had that injury, never will, because I can't run. But and he's really down on his, you know, down on his luck and really down within himself, and it's like I've tried to see it. This is this afternoon when I was probably at my lowest point of the day, and here's me telling somebody else, you can't control it. You know, you heal differently to other people. The surgery might have been different to other people's. Your body's not accepted the surgery. You know, here's me giving that advice, and then when I look at myself in the mirror, I'm like a bag of shit myself. You know, and it's like, I don't know. We've got more turning up. Who have we got in here? Where did I get up to? Jamie, we've got to Jamie, don't we? Jamie Clifton. Yeah. So we have David, Rick, how you doing, son? Andy Saley, Rick Vale, Matt Stafford, how you doing? We have Leanne, hello Leanne. We have James, we have Johnny, how you doing, Johnny? Mr. Turner, how you doing? Brendan, welcome. Hi, Colette. Jasper, how you doing, bud? Hi, Hazel. Hi, Kelly. Welcome to the Madhouse. Get yourself comfy. I'll have a ride in here. Jack, how you doing? Diane, Emo, how you doing, mate? We have Dave, we have Natalie, we have Graham. How you doing, Grez? Liam, Mark Welsh. Are you still on holiday or what? I need to sort some stuff out with you. The world's gone tits up. Emma, Neil, Adam, Matt, Andy, Kevin, Gary, Adam, and John Alton. Welcome. Yeah, so it's been a hard day. One I hope I don't experience again, but it's little things. Like I say, it's, and I know I shouldn't. Incompetence by others, you could say. If I could clone myself, I would, and I'd take over the world. Got to be honest, you lot got no chance. I would dominate the world, but I don't know. I try to do things right, and then it's just disappointing. And then inside, whether we like it or not, we dwell on things and we overthink. Really, we overthink situations that we think could arrive or may arrive that will never arrive on the basis of what's already happened, and that to somebody can be massive. You know, when once somebody's mind gets going, it's wow, that's it, it's gone. It's like a roller coaster, and you're thinking of scenarios, thinking of situations that may never occur, and you're thinking of scenarios and situations that are never good. You're always thinking the worst. And if I told you what they were about, they are trivial. But it's just, I'm not saying it's what I'm saying is it's how the mind works and how trivial things can get you so in such a state. Because like, you know, yeah, got thrown a definite curveball today by something so trivial, something that I can't control, and I found myself in an alien situation, and it was difficult. I'm not gonna lie to you, it was hard, but because I was away from my comfort zone, I was away from my safe place, and I was on my own, which didn't help. But you know, it's like with me now, my family know, they can gauge where I'm at, and that's through conversation, that's through talking, and that's through experience as well. You know, before going into rehab, they knew where I was at. I was pissed up. They knew it was at 24/7. I was pissed up, either at home or somewhere. Whereas now they know through talking to people and talking to family members. You know, pretty much everyone knows where I'm at today. Well, not today. I've not seen much of my family today, but people know generally where where they're at. Mr. Waterhouse, what are you saying there? So, July. Yeah, yeah. But anyway, that's where I'm at today. Oh, Darren, you're right. We have more coming and going. We've got a steady 17 in. Kev Peach, how you doing? Anne Marie, Ashley Ward, hello, Jojo, Steve Barrow, John, Simon, Mr. Knott, Mr. Hignett, how you doing? Kev Fraser, how you doing, mate? And Paul, oh, Kevin Douglas, Elizabeth, Stuart, oh, hi, Emma, Rod Scott, Stu Lee, Richard Frost, welcome. So yeah, so that's been my day. It's sorry for you guys that just entered. I just said how my day's been a bit shitty, and mentally I've let it sort of creep away from me, if you like, or catch me unawares. And it's not happened before, and it's quite scary for it to happen like that. Makes you feel quite weak and hopeless, helpless, however you want to phrase it. But yeah, and that I guess, you know, as I said earlier, I've had some conversations with a few people this week, and you know, where I am in my life right now, you think that I'm in paradise, you know. I up the bride's calling. I have to catch 22 now. Got my wife calling me, and I'm talking to you guys. Do I get a bollocking off my wife for not answering, or do you lot go away because I'm talking to my wife? I just say I'm busy. She'll understand. Don't go texting her, everyone, telling her that I just blagged her off. But anyway, I love you really, huh? But yeah, so yeah, yeah, it's been a difficult one, and with, as I say, with the conversations I've had with other people, I don't, you know, I said earlier, and I'd like to think that I'm mentally strong, and I mean, let's get it. I am not in any way, shape, or form medically qualified. I'm no counsellor. I've got no letters after my name. I've not been to college. I've not been. Well, I tell you, I did go to college, did leisure and tourism for 2 years. That's only because I was forced to do it, join an apprenticeship. But you know, I've not been at college. All I'm saying now is my experiences, and all I'm repeating when I give any advice is things that I have been taught that may work for me. And anything and everything that works for me are techniques and exercises that I've grasped hold of and that my mind accepts, and I hold on to them, and I just want to share, because I know some of them will help others, and like me talking to you now, I know somebody else has had the same shitty day. It's like I spoke to my daughter. I've not seen them a lot, but I spoke to my daughters earlier, and you know, they may not gauge where it was at. We had a bit of a laugh and a joke, but then I came straight back up to fear. So I don't know. I don't know. Shit, really. So anyway, so that's where I'm at. I've been the best of one. But hey, oh, we got Mr. Locke, how you doing? Karen Spence, how you doing? Richard, hello, Richard. Tony, hello. We have Danny Mulder, you're right. We have Michael. We have Claire, we have Jim, and we have Emma. Yeah, so yeah, where was I? Yeah, so all the things that I mean, obviously, I'm giving you my experiences, and hopefully, some of you can relate to that, and or to what I've said on some of these streams, and so don't take my word as gospel on. I'll try and point everybody in the right direction where I can, but I'm not medically trained. I'm not a trained counselor. All I'm speaking from is my heart, my head, because that's what I've experienced. And I ain't gonna lie to you, my head is a horrible place to be at times. It's not. It's like when I was in rehab, and when you have one-on-one sessions and group sessions, they take you to places that you never wanted to revisit in your head. You wouldn't want to send your friend anywhere, or your worst enemy to anywhere in your head. They strip you down petal by petal, and they take you down to the bare bones, and you're there. You feel like you're just useless, hopeless, and that's where. And I think that's what I needed, because in rehab, in rehabilitation and medical facilities like that, with counselling sessions, that there's no obvious signs what the underlying problem is or what the trigger points are to make you turn to alcohol. Excuse me. I guess it's the same with drugs and gambling and other addictive tendencies. I'm guessing, don't know. My weapon of choice was alcohol, so I can't speak about the others. I just know that they are illnesses as well. And I guess before you can start recovering, you have to firstly be open about your accept who you are, accept where you are, and be honest. And then as soon as you're honest, it's obviously from a drinking point of view and wanting / needing to drink all the time because that's what your mind's telling you. You're not. There's not many times you're honest. I can tell you that. Probably, you do a lot. It's funny because I'm sure if there's somebody who's recovering from drug abuse or drug addiction, they'll tell you the same. There's not many times that you're honest. All what you do is you do anything to get what your mind's telling you need, and you will do that. I've lost my trail of thought now. Where was I going? The counsellors and things like that. Yeah. So and then so I'd say that's the first. When you're honest, start being honest with yourself, and you recognise you've got a problem. But that's just the start of it. The hard journey starts ahead, and the job that the psychiatrists do, and the counsellors and things like that. Fair play to them, because they strip you down petal by petal, take you down to bare bones, take you back to your childhood. All trying to find trigger points and reasons and understanding, and all the time you're revisiting these dark places in your head. They're teaching you that they're teaching you that that's a possible, or no, that's nothing that could trigger you off. Or they ask you about did you have a happy childhood? Did you ever fall off your bike? Simple. You think when they start going on about your childhood, you think, oh, great, conversation, yeah, great. And some of the questions, which I can understand. You know, that's where you're abused and things like that. Not just by family members, but just in generally, and I guess they have to ask these type of questions that to find a building block, a start point to rebuild, to sort of reprogram your mind, and if you know if they do stumble upon any, if you're honest enough to release any of that, any information at all, you know, they help you in ways of releasing that information and using it as a positive. Because I'm one, things happen for a reason, and there's a positive, there's a negative, there's an up and there's a down, there's a black, there's a white, you know what I mean? And you know, they help you find ways to turn that negative into a positive and then build upon that. So the job they do is unbelievable, and you know they I should imagine they got a real hard job. I should imagine it's hard to switch off at the end of the day. You know, because I would think I'm an easy case for them. Because I wear my heart on my sleeve, and you know, I'm open book really. I'm open book. I'm honest as much as I can be now, and I'll say what I want when I want, and if I offend you, then unlucky. Deal with it. Not ask. And if I've got something on my mind, I'll say it. And so that the sessions worked well for me because I did talk, whereas some of the people who were in there with us didn't talk, and they didn't progress as well as others, because they held back and they retained that information that was hurting them. They didn't release it, but I guess I mean I won't tell you the stories, but or obviously the names. And I know one of the people in there was abused at a young age, and to for somebody to come out and say that in a group session, I can imagine would be hard. But then again, there was people talking about everything in the group session. And when I say group sessions, I'm talking like 3 or 4, or maximum there was 10 or 11. But you know, so I don't know. But for me personally, just talking, just you know, they just fired the questions, and I answered because I didn't know at the time that they were sort of, their questions were interlinked and they all built upon the next one, and the next one built upon the last one, should I say. And then that by all accounts that painted a picture of my thought process, my mind, and it helped them help me, if you like, because they were able to get that information or get any information out of me, which then they could turn into that positive for me to use to get myself out of any situation that I may find myself in where mentally I felt weak, or get side blinded like today, or things like that. But very skilled people, and God, I'd go as far to say saved my life, or part of the team that saved my life, if you like. And you know, I know I've got people available on the phone whenever I need them. And to be fair, you guys have as well. You know, if anybody needs to talk to anyone, you know, there's loads of people. You've got Samaritans. During office hours, you can be directed. You ring your doctor, you can be directed to other charitable, other charities that offer people to talk to straight away. And if I don't know, with social media and things like that, I think social media proves one thing, that people. It's funny. It makes me laugh. People who you've never met in your life, you'll have a text conversation with on Facebook. We all do, don't we? You know, people, you accept friend requests or somebody comments on one of your statuses and we openly chat to them. Yet we won't talk about how we're feeling. Not how we want them to think we're feeling, but how we're actually feeling. It's funny. I can't get mad about it. I'm the same. I'm the same. And it's like the GP, right? Male or female will go to a GP and tell them their most intimate, detailed problems. Yeah, like with their body, but they won't go and talk to a GP about they think they've got a mental health issue or they think they have a drinking problem or a drug problem or an eating disorder or they need help because somebody's died in their family. It's like, why? You know, you'll go and tell your GP who you've never met before or you don't know on a personal level, you go and tell them you've got a problem with your testicles or something like that, but you won't go and tell them that you consume too much alcohol or you take drugs or. I don't get it. I don't. It baffles me that, you know. It's yeah, it's a strange one. But I think there's a lot like around uh, with alcohol addiction. Obviously, I've never been addicted to drugs and gambling. There's no point in me gambling because I back Rory McIlroy at golf all the time, right? And the last two tournaments I've backed him on, he's won one and come joint second in another, and I didn't back him. So I am shite at it. So if I give you any tips or anything like that, don't back it. But right, we've got some more people turned up. Sorry if I'm missing you, but I forget where I'm up to. I keep going off on tangents and people coming and going. And who we got? Where did we go up to? Oh, I can see you all anyway. Thanks everyone for coming. We've got 12 people in. Don't know who's still in. Give yourself a number and type a number. We've got 13 people in, so I know who's in. So yeah, it's hats off to the people who the psychologists and things like that. But yeah, if you ever feel you need to talk, there's loads of people available. I'm in the process, and others are in the process for me of gathering information on various subjects that have been asked about mental health issues, alcohol issues, drug issues, eating disorders, child bereavement counselling, adult bereavement counselling. Oh, what else I've got? I've got leaflets here and stuff, but some of them are out of date. Yeah, about suicide in young people. So I have got contact numbers, but there's a lot of there's not just me doing this, by the way. I'm the one sat here talking, yeah, but there's people who don't want to be named, who are within the medical structure setup, if you like, and some within the rehabilitation setup who are finding me information to pass to you guys. I can see one name now but some of them don't want to be named. They don't want any credit. They just want to get the information across. It's their job as well, so they don't want to, be seen not helping privately, if you like. But, so that some people don't want to be named. Others have not asked permission to name that, and obviously I won't. I won't name anybody without their permission because it's not fair. It's obviously this is live and it's going around. It's not going around the world yet. I've not changed the settings, have I? Just friends. So I'll change the settings after we're done. But yeah, I had an interesting call as well with a GP surgery manageress. She'd seen the first video that we did, the first stream, and she picked up on the bit. She picked up on the stream where I was saying about the treatment I got when I finally built up the courage and to go to my GP, and the treatment I got from the GP. Now, the manageress that I spoke to isn't the manageress of my GP surgery. I just wanted to say that, and I won't tell you what GP surgery is. And so she messaged me privately, and we had a chat, and it seems a lot of surgeries have had complaints about that, about the way people who go in there asking for help towards addiction, whether it be alcohol, drug, gambling, and the information they receive. I mean, I don't know if anybody saw the other videos. I finally managed to build up the courage to go and see my GP, and I basically got handed a leaflet, and the door, physically the door opened for me. But now there's like, apparently GP surgeries have things in place where it's not sympathy that you want. It's not. You just want to be treated like a human, not an alien. I mean, now the way, what I've been hearing a lot recently is that GPs use and the NHS system is all signposted. That the word signpost comes up quite a lot, and I mean a lot. And it is what it is. It's like you go to your GP and they show you the signpost of which direction to go. That is pretty much my understanding of what it is. So you go to your GP with your alcohol addiction, drug addiction, so on, your mental health issues, and they will show you the signpost and send you in the right direction. And I sort of said, yeah, well, that's all good, that's all well and good, and that's brilliant, but I said, does the GPs actually understand how much courage and determination it takes for that person to firstly admit they've got a problem, and secondly to make an appointment and physically go and see the GP about that problem? And we had a long chat about it, and she could understand where I was coming from in the end, because she started coming out with, oh, well, GP's got 15 minutes per appointment, some have got 20 minutes, and then can't overrun government stats and all that. I said, yeah, but these are fucking human beings. I said, until you've actually been in that waiting room, or you've actually woke up that morning and found the courage to make that appointment, I said, you'll never know how somebody feels. And then she started to come round, and then by the end of the conversation, it was a good chat, and she sort of came around to my way of thinking that, yeah, you know, I don't know what the correct terminology is, empathy or more compassion. I wouldn't use sympathy. I don't like sympathy. But you just want more recognition, I suppose, recognition for what you've actually done, for what you've achieved by going there in the first place. Because for me, that's monumental. For somebody to openly say they've got a problem and to actually go there, you know, it's a monumental achievement. and it's a good starting point. But yeah, so that was an interesting conversation. So I've got she's going to get back in touch with me in a few weeks. So she's going to find out some information because I've asked some of your mates, seen I asked online as well, what actual GP practice protocol is when dealing with people with addictions. So we'll see what we come back with, but it's not. Yeah, people. I think when you're in that position, you go there to help. You'd like to think you're gonna get help straight away, but that's in your head. You know, obviously appointments need to be made, checks need to be done, and things like that. But you're that desperate in your head that you want something done there and then. And I think in my case, definitely with the alcohol and things like that, and the effort and you got yourself so worked up to go in the GPs. You know, I think you expect more right away, but obviously you're looking at it from where I am today. You probably go in there with a clouded mind, clouded judgment, more desperation. But we'll see. You know, I'm going to get more information on it because a lot of people have said they get treated poorly at the GPs when they've been to the GPs, and obviously I have raised this. But again, you don't know if it's out of desperation or things like that. It's a tough one. But yeah, so there we go. So yeah, so that's been. So I'm going to call it a day there. Been on 47 minutes. Thanks everyone for joining in. Just need a bit of me time. But yeah, so thanks everyone for dropping in. A lot of people called in. And I'm still in the process, and other people are kindly getting more information for us as well. I just wanted to touch base with you today, see how everyone was. But yeah, I wanted to get, rather than get information in drips and drabs, and we'll get a lot of it together, especially for the questions that have been personally asked, and then we'll go from there. So, right, thanks everybody for joining in, and we should call it a day, and I'll speak to you all soon. Take care.